Community Newspapers. I'm your host, Cristina Hernandez, and with me today is Justine Stock. Thanks for being here. Melissa.
Frantz.
Melissa Frantz. Justine's her daughter. And I'm looking at Justine's email. That's why.
I know. I see.
Melissa Frantz. We are so thrilled you're joining us here today.
Thank you.
Melissa and her daughter, Justine, are owners of Event Village World, and she is here to talk about this. What is Event Village?
So Event Village is an e-commerce platform and live interactive marketplace. I describe it as Etsy meets QVC meets Anthony Bourdain's Parts Unknown.
I love it. I've seen your website, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
You have to go check out eventvillageworld.com. What is how did this come to fruition?
Okay. So my background is in the event business, and I started in the nonprofit world, and then I segued into my own business. And pre-pandemic, I had been planning on kind of segueing out of producing events, and I wanted to sort of take a low-tech industry, traditionally low-tech, and kind of inject an element of tech, and also to facilitate the functionality for vendors being able to find events. So eventually, I actually was building a website that would connect vendors with other events. But comes March, and we're in the middle of a pandemic, and everything is shutting down. And of course, my business was, kaput, along with other event organizers. And I thought,
sad.
What is it that I could do that would be the most beneficial? And, of course, e-commerce pops into your mind because, e-commerce. But I wanted to also recreate the marketplace experience. We all love to go to the farmers market and artisanal markets and that type of thing. So I wanted to try, nobody had done that. And I wanted to create that experience, but online. And we also wanted to support local artisans, designers, chefs, curators. So, we're very much focused on local.
That is what we're so focused on here in Miami Community Newspapers. Why is supporting local to you so important?
A number of reasons. Number one, I don't think people realize the economic impact supporting local small businesses really has on a community. It's significant and it's tremendous. You create more money flowing in your community. And then the other part of it is we have an amazing amount of talent where we live.
Yeah.
I mean, people that just have blown my mind, the stuff that they make and the things that they're creating out of their homes and their bedrooms and their garages and the creativity. So we wanted to really highlight that. And we also wanted to build context and connection. So we're doing that through the live interactive aspect of the marketplace.
I was so excited when one of your artists, Adriana J, told me about you guys, because this is what Grant and the Miller brothers and what Community Newspapers is all about. Shop local, buy local. And that's what we've been trying to focus here and really promote the local community and businesses.
Adriana J is a wonderful artist. She's done some series of paintings that are just beautiful. She's on our website.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
And she's got a really amazing woman's voice, a perspective.
She does. Women empowerment and supporting women, uplifting women. How did this kind of come? Did we already talk about how did this come into fruition?
Yeah, a little bit. So the method behind the madness I explained to you.
Yeah.
But the other part that really helped me launch this was, I was operating on my own. This is a startup. We're a bootstrap. We're self-funded. It's me sitting in my office in my house, like trying to make this thing happen. And my daughter, who lives in California, had been furloughed from her job. And I was telling her, she's, oh, Mom, that's such a cool idea. And I love that. And she's like, I'd love to be involved. I'm like, come on,
let's do it.
Let's do it. And that kind of really fast tracked us, because I was kind of busy working with the developers building the website. And she really got involved in outreach to the artisans and onboarding them, which is like a huge, that's huge, So, and she's been really good at it because her background is in hospitality and customer service. She's a conference event manager, and for a very high-end resort. And so she has a tremendous amount of customer relationship type skills, and so it was wonderful, and she embraced it and loved it. And
I had a great conversation with her. She knew a lot of the people that I had on my show as well. So Christian de la Huerta, she knew.
Christian, we love him.
He's great.
And Lily
Be Organic.
Yeah, love her.
Yes.
They went to school together, and then I did some consulting with her. Skincare products are amazing.
They are.
She's going to be coming on the site soon.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love her stuff.
Amazing local aromatherapy products.
Yes. Tell me about some of the artisans on Event Village World and some of their stories.
In getting dressed today,
yes,
I tried to put together, a few things that matched from some of our artisans.
Yeah.
So I have on here.
I love this t-shirt. It has a corgi.
A corgi. It's a corgi. This is actually my dog here. And this was done by the company is called Pink Bastard. David Zalbin and Adriana Carvalho are partners. And both of them do wire art. They were in the Art Center, Miami on Lincoln Road, if you remember.
I love that place. I used to live right off of there. Yeah.
Okay, so he had a studio in there, and his thing is wire art, and it's very minimalistic. He uses no cuts in the wire, and he creates these elaborate sculptures. And he took that and started to create sort of clothing and different. So this is one of his pieces, but I'm a huge fan of his. His creativity is amazing, and I love the simplicity of the stitching.
Yeah.
He started out hand stitching, if you can imagine that. These elaborate pieces. He's done like curtains with like birds flying across them that he'd hand stitch. Okay, so now he's savvy and he does, he has a machine, but he still has to do the design. So in order to really create that design, it entails a lot of keen eye and a lot of artistry. So he's one person.
Your skirt, which we can't really see,
which is
a tropical knit, you were telling me.
Knit, and it's from Krell Levy. She does tropical knits. She's been around for a really long time. We love her. We love her fashion. We love her ethos. And she's just an amazingly creative person.
And this mask, this is beautiful.
So then I have this. This is a mask. It's a bandana type mask. And this is by Claudia LaBianca.
Beautiful.
She's a local mural artist, but she's just multifaceted and multi-talented. She's a filmmaker. Everything that she touches, she wins awards for. So you can see some of her murals in Wynwood, but she's also ventured into the fashion design world. So this is a mask, but she does these amazing kimonos, which you can find on our website as well. This person right
I've been admiring that.
The name of his company I love. It's called Freudian Slips instead of Freudian Slips. So I have a funny story about this.
Okay.
So he had been referred to us by another local artist, Eileen Seitz. I don't have any of her stuff with me, but she's on the website, and she lives in the Grove. She does beautiful tropical lush artwork. And she had referred him to the website, and his name is Fred Witkin. And I'm like, back in another lifetime, I used to be a dental hygienist, and I worked for a periodontist, and I'm like, I wonder if that's the same guy. Same guy. I worked for him a million years ago. But anyway, he is an amazing artist, and he does not just jewelry. This is just a little piece. He does these very organic sculptures from found things that he collects. And if you go on the website, is his interview, we have to put his interview up because we do a thing called Village Talk that we've been doing on Instagram Live, but then we also have some YouTube videos where he talks about how he creates his pieces. And he says, I start with a plan in mind and then they take over. And literally they almost look like little gremlins in these little organic kind of phantasmagorical type things. So he's on our site, and this is one of his necklaces. And this is actually glass that he, beach glass or something that he painted over. And then these are, I think they're like beads. They're like glass beads from Poland. And
they're beautiful. They're like a bright iridescent blue mixed with the gold. It just really, it's really unique.
It was eye-catching. I loved it too. And let's see.
Do you know all your artists on your site, or a good majority of them, or
do I what?
Know all of
It's starting. I used to. It's starting to be now. Justine knows all the artists.
Yeah,
because she talks to all of them. But another one that stands out for me that really resonates it's called Unbounded World. Is actually a nonprofit, and it's a husband and wife, and he's a scientist, and they work with indigenous, and she's an artist, and they work with indigenous cultures in the Amazon. And their mission is to preserve these indigenous cultures and their traditions and their crafts and all of their artistry. So we have amazing, like jewelry and other crafts from them on the site.
Even though some of these artists do work outside of Miami, let's say, they're all based here in Miami.
Right. That's the criteria to be on the site, is that the company has to be based here. There's nothing that's mass produced. Some of the designers, maybe they're manufactured, but we're not talking about like large scale manufacturing. And for the most part, it's all manufactured here.
Very cool.
And they are local designers, and the business is based here.
Very cool. As a female lead startup, what have been some of the greatest challenges creating this e-com platform during the pandemic?
As a female, I think so far it hasn't been an issue, but I think when we start to go out there to start to raise money for the company, I think that there may be some hurdles there involved, because the tech industry tends to be very male dominated, and a lot of the VC funders tend to go towards, they don't all get what we do, to be honest with you. I was involved in the Endeavor did a cohort. These were like seed startups. These were not even, this was even pre-revenue, some of them that were in my cohort. And it was an amazing experience. And Endeavor is an amazing organization. But one of my coaches was a guy, and even though he was with Facebook, and, Facebook, everybody is now getting into e-commerce, I don't think he really got what we did, because maybe he wasn't a shopper, he wasn't, so he didn't totally get it, I don't think. But okay, so right now, I don't think I've had very many hurdles, to be honest with you. But I think that I anticipate there will be, but I think there's hurdles for everybody in that sense. And I think there's more opportunities now for women, because now
that's what I was going to say. Exactly. I mean, the world is looking more female, and there's a voice for us, and
100%. And I think that women are now learning to support other women.
Exactly.
Like everybody's starting to be like, let's be each other's cheerleader. And I've met an amazing community of women who really really want to get behind and help support.
Which is what my platform really supporting other women, women empowerment. Yeah.
Absolutely.
What is it like creating something like this with your daughter?
So it's been incredible and like, oh God, you know. So look, it's been amazing because I have gotten to know her professionally that usually you don't have that opportunity to get to know your daughter in that way. All of us, you know, our kids get older and they're like, yeah, she does this thing, but I don't know exactly what it is that she does.
Mm-hmm.
I now really respect her and really value what she brings to the table to the company. And she's brought some amazing ideas in. But, you know, we're still mother-daughter and we still fight. So we've had some knockdown drag-outs, you know, but we get over it. You know, you sort of brush yourself off and you're like, okay, you know, it's the same fight we've been having since she was 16 years old. So, you know.
I have a 7-year-old. She's about to turn 8. And so I already sense some of this coming up. So
a little girl, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, girls, I always ask people, you know, what's the difference between the girls? Girls are always much more emotionally charged.
Yes.
Boys are just black and white. It's like, you know.
It's true. Where do you see e-commerce going into the future?
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously e-commerce is here to stay.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
I think it's evolving.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like to believe, and I really do think that what we're doing is cutting edge.
Because the interaction. Yeah.
So this is the part that really differentiates us from other e-commerce platforms is, we have the e-commerce side, but then we also have the event side where the shop will pop up on the event side and they'll be able to, right now we're using Zoom. I don't know if that'll be forever, but we're using Zoom for the interaction. So when you pop into their shop, you'll be able to see them, you know, doing whatever it is that they do. You'll be able to ask them questions. We're going to start scheduling things. So we'll be doing more of that QVC thing where I love what you're wearing. Tell me more about your necklace type thing, you know? And then the shop is below. So usually when you do like a online market, you're hopping in and out of other people's websites, and we wanted to create a seamless experience. So what you're doing is when you go into the event, you'll see booths lined up. When you click into the booth, it comes live.
So cool.
And you'll just be able to hop from booth to booth to booth. So I think the hybridization of e-commerce is for me what I see. And, you know, being able to, right now we're razor focused on South Florida, but we want to create that experience, you know, across the country and then eventually even internationally, because you know, as we were talking before, like, let's say I was in San Francisco, you know, last week, and I went to one of the artisanal markets and I saw something that I really liked, and even in Miami, and you didn't buy it because of whatever reason. I don't need another thing, but then you go home and it's like, I need, you know, it's like, you know, kind of, I need to have it. You're obsessed with it. I can now go back on and look, or I can go
FOMO, fear of missing out. You can go back and
exactly. Or I can be like, oh, I wonder what people are doing in San Francisco, and maybe even eventually we would love to be international. So being able to shop, you know, a market in Helsinki or
not amazing,
or because people are creating amazing things all over the world. And to be able to experience that is wonderful.
And be able to, when we all travel, one of everyone's favorite things to do are going to the markets and to see what those local people are doing at those different places that we travel. I can't think of any time I have traveled that I don't visit market like that.
Yeah.
And to be able to now connect it and bring it live to the consumer so that like what you're saying, I forgot about that. I should have bought that painting, whatever, that purse, that top. And now you can connect the world to that. Exactly. What do you want this audience to know about Event Village? And do I say Event Village or eventvillage.world?
It's eventvillage.world, right? Because we're not a .com, we're a .world. So if you wanted to go to our website, it would be, eventvillage.world. We want you to know that we're sourcing some amazing local artisans that, even if you go to your local little marketplace and, you've got your, favorite little, we're really expanding that. So we've discovered some people that are just fabulous, and they're not always everywhere that you go. So, we have that experience. And eventually, I think the next thing that we're going to do, the next direction that we're going to go in is when you go into the shops, people can upload videos so you can actually see the process and what they're doing and hear what they have to say about what they create. But we also want to, a lot of our people want to do workshops. So we're probably going to create that opportunity we have a makeup artist that wants to maybe do some she can't see clients. Do makeup, so she wants to be able to do that online, and very talented, and other, whether it's bakers or, to be able to.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. But it's really all about what's right here at your doorstep.
Yeah. How do you join as an artisan, and what are some of the criteria?
So you have to be local, and you have to be not mass produced. Okay. And we're not doing like, we're not like a Grubhub, so we're not prepared. We have cakes and pastries and packaged things, but we're not like that food delivery service. Okay. And in order to become a vendor, you'd go onto our site, and on the right-hand side, it says become a vendor, and you click on that, and you just sort of follow the prompts, and it'll get you started. We have to approve you, all right, to make sure that you fit with what we're doing. And then we walk you through the process. We can, we're very accessible. And then we have also videos that will help you to know how to upload your products and create sizing and variations and colors and things like that. And
how do you shop with eventvillage.world?
A couple of different ways. When you go to the website, there's going to be items that pop up. So you'll be able to just scroll that way. You can search if you're looking for something in particular. You can type that in, jewelry or kids' clothing or cupcakes or, art or, so you can type
you
that in.
You have so many categories too.
We have a lot of categories. And they're filling up all the time.
So cool.
Or you can go to vendor shops and then just look for the particular shop. So like Pink Bastard has their shop, Krell has her shop, Claudia LaBianca has her shop. So you can, Unbounded World, Sandra and Holiday, you can go into the shops and do more of a deep dive. So there's a lot of different ways. Or if a piece comes up and you're like, oh, I like that, I wonder what else that person is making, you can click on the name of the shop in the, where all the tags are and go in that way.
Do you ever go to, back when maybe you weren't thinking about this before, but when you go to the art fairs or the shows that happened here, like now is the time, like we just would have had Art Basel, January 15th, around that time is the South Beach or the Miami Beach Festival. That's one of my favorite ones.
Oh, the Art Deco.
The Art Deco.
Isn't that in January? Yeah,
yes. And then in February
and then they're doing Beaux Arts, and I heard that Beaux Arts is going to be virtual.
You see. So do you ever go to these events to meet some of your...
All the time.
Yeah, I would imagine. It's one of my favorite things to do is this time of year when
and every time I go, I'm like blown away by like what people are making and doing and creating. And
yeah, I would imagine. That's one of my favorite things to do is to go to these festivals and see and those are the people also on your site now, because they don't have a way of connecting with their people either. Well,
and also look, Coconut Grove Art Festival.
Yes.
Not happening. I want to do a Coconut Grove Art Festival online is what I really want to do.
Do it.
You know.
Oh, that would be amazing.
We already have a lot of we have several local artists. I'd love to build that out because they're the ones that are suffering the most. I mean, artists, actors, theater.
Yeah. Thank you, Melissa, for being here. I appreciate it. I wish you all the best in this endeavor. It is quite the endeavor. We have some comments. Let's see. Great show from David Winker. Thank you. Let's see.
Marika is from Belgium and she's commenting.
Cool.
We have Belgium on. Wyoming. My friend Sally Patton is
good. Shout out to your friends who are supporting and watching. Let's see. Go to eventvillage.world and support local now. And then there's another one that says it's called Event Village Live. I guess that's
the event. Okay, so the website is eventvillage.world, but we call the live event thing. It's called Event Village Live, and it's a separate tab on the menu.
Cool.
So it's Event Village Live. Thank you for correcting me.
Okay.
Daughter.
Let's see. Suerte éxitos.
We have Argentina on here. Edith Muller.
Thank you, Edith, for watching and commenting. We appreciate you guys. Thank you, Melissa, so much for being here.
Thank you.
It's all about shop local, buy local here at Miami Community Newspapers and eventvillage.world. Go to their website, check them out, and thank you for being here again.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye, guys. Bye, everybody.